it's not just neurodivergency I look at, it's everyone. Like, we're all people, we all feel, we're all up and down. And one thing I massively want to stress on this as well is the term mental health isn't bad. We use it so negative. We go, this is about mental health, and what? Do you know what I mean? Like, mental health, everyone's got one. Everyone's got a physical health and everyone's got a mental health. Everyone. Every single person. And I was scared to talk about it because it's got a negative connotation. It's on my face. Mental health is a measurement of how you feel and what's going on internally in your emotions, and that's all it is. So you could talk about mental health with the most happiest, fulfilled, calm, peaceful person, because their mental health is feeling like that. Man might be in turmoil and feeling a bit down. Man might be in between, but it's not a negative thing. It's just a measurement of how we're feeling in that minute.
I remember you saying that when, obviously, that day that I met you, that was one of the things you said. Everyone's got physical health, everyone's got mental health, and like you say, it comes with so many negative connotations.
There's so many break the stigma, mental health, which obviously we need to do. But how are we doing it when we're talking about it in a negative content? When we're saying, oh, this is about mental health, and then all the negative stuff that comes from one side of mental health, do you know what I mean? Which obviously we need to be aware of that because it is there. But to break that stigma, we need to understand that we've all got one. And you could come to me and go, I'm feeling really good today, or my mental health's in a really good place. Woo, is right, boss. The next day, it's not in the best place. Okay, sounds, what are we going to do with that? But just talking about mental health in general is breaking the stigma, if it's good or bad.
I guess a lot of the break the stigma stuff that I see anyway is about men, and they don't speak about mental health, which is a generalisation, but I can only speak about the male experience. And men don't speak enough about mental health. And the statistics show that. So I just want to read some stats out. In England and Wales alone in 2022, there was a total of 5,642 suicides, with males accounting for around 74% of these cases. That is like a massive disproportionality of suicide rates between men and women. From going back to kind of the men's mental health workshops you deliver, from your experience, what are some of these barriers that are preventing men from speaking out, and how do we overcome them?
Do you know what, I this was this morning I realised this one, right? I've never spoken about it before, so I'm just going to throw it out there. It mightn't even be right, but it's just something I've understood from having a close relationship with a male friend recently. The difference between the two friendship groups is that a man, so say like I had a date tonight, or say like I had a plan with my male friend tonight, we were going to pictures or something, just friendly, and I had plans with my female friend. I've noticed lad groups, if something pops up, they just can just cancel on each other, and it's quite chilled and easy, and it's like not a big deal, and but it does hurt, doesn't it? If your mate just goes, oh, see you later, I'm going out with a girl tonight, don't want to hang around with you tonight now, see ya. Where a girl will go, what? You really doing that for a man? For me? Like, that's just in my experience, what I've noticed. And I was thinking about it just logically the other day, just in my own little mind, just really thinking about it, thinking, if that added up over my lifetime, I'd feel really isolated, alone, like that no one really cared about me, that no one really valued me, because if something else come along, see you later. But it's easy breezy because it suits me when I'm having a good time, but I think that's one of the differences, and there's no statistics. I've literally only just thought of that recently, but I thought that's why when I am having a problem, or when there's something going on, I'm creating them stronger friendships with my female girl mates, because we've got this underlying loyalty to each other, where you're not just going to plan a date on the same day we've got plans, you're going to plan it for tomorrow. And then that's underlined, there's like another level of a little bit of loyalty there. So therefore, I've got a bit more trust. So I can go and open up and talk to you about things that are going on a bit more. Because I'm just trying to think scientifically why we're so different. And this is just my experience and seeing the difference in friendships from males and females. Just totally mine. I don't know if you can relate. Is that okay for you? If your mates got plans with you and then all of a sudden you want to take a girl out?
I'd like to think that they wouldn't.
But it's still kind of...
But what I would say is, when we make plans, they are very relaxed. Unless it's something big like we're going on holiday.
Yeah.
Plans are generally more relaxed. So if they said, oh, I can't make it, we might make a little comment, but it flies under the radar. Like,
do you ever feel a bit disappointed by it?
Yeah, for sure.
And but you're not doing nothing with that emotion, because it's seen as, oh, we're relaxed and we're having a good time and we're chilled and we're not allowed. My experience, I'm not clarifying all women, I'd be like, that's not okay. Why would you just, we've had this planned all week and then all of a sudden the boys come along? No. But in society I'm allowed to vocalise that, aren't I? Without being weak. You know, I'm allowed to say that, like, that's kind of seen as okay, that you've got a purpose and a point. That is the smallest thing I've noticed, but it's so recent and I really wanted to stress that. Because I think making the effort to say this, as lads maybe saying, like, do you know what, it bothered me, you know, that you didn't come that. I know it might sound like it doesn't, but it did bother me because I was really looking forward to going, you know. One, it's going to release it for you, and two, you know, next time we make plans, can we proper stick to them, lads, if I really want to go, or... It reduces your anxiety as well. You know what you're doing with your day. You know if you're going or if you're not. You know, like, there's a lot, and I think it creates a stronger bond though when you talk, and that's what you need. We need stronger bonds, don't we? So we can actually express our emotions. And I think that's just the smallest thing, and it literally comes to me in the last 24 hours. It's just something I was literally thinking about. But it does create connection in different forms, which would definitely lead to stronger mental health. And I think that's the difference between men and women. We kind of speak our minds and it's socially accepted more when things bother us. But maybe we can learn more and have more workshops and stuff on how to do this without causing conflict. Because a man will reach a point, in my experience, again, I'm not categorising all men, where they just flip. And it's or they're okay or they're like, wah, because they bottled stuff up for so long. Yeah. And if you've got a coping mechanism, which is maybe explain but don't blame, that's one of the things I like to say. You know, to go, you're a divvy, why did you do that? Like, straight away the person's not listening, they're like, go away. But if you go, I know you wouldn't have meant to do it, but you know, it felt like this for me, you know. You know, it felt like that for me. You're not blaming them, you're not putting it on them, you're just saying what you felt. Yeah. I think that's a really good technique to have.
Yeah, and I think what you said there is, like, men seem to be more comfortable expressing more anger. Masculine emotions or feelings like anger and rage, whereas that's almost like a build-up of other emotions that they've not kind of expressed. So do you think when you are delivering the workshops, there's kind of common themes where there's reasons that men are not seeking help? Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, click here to get the full episode, and don't forget to subscribe.